Midtown Manhattan, one of the most recognizable geographic areas in the world, it is home to some of the city's tallest and most famous buildings, such as the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building. As New York's largest central business district, Midtown Manhattan is the busiest single commercial district in the United States and among the most intensely used pieces of real estate in the world. Midtown can be separated into Midtown West and Midtown East. Times Square, the brightly illuminated hub of the Broadway Theater District, remains the heart of Midtown West. People from all over the world come to visit Times Square and take in the lights, shops, and shows on Broadway. Along 6th, 7th, and 8th Avenue, as well as Broadway, you will find large department stores, arenas, hotels, and transportation hubs such as Penn Station and Port Authority Bus Terminal, providing services all over the tri-state area. Among the countless places to visit along this stretch are famous Madison Square Garden, Carnegie Hall, and Radio City Music Hall, all playing home to some of the best music and sports performances in the world. Residents predominantly live in luxury high-rise buildings, either in the heart of Midtown or, most recently, in the high-rises lining the Hudson River along the west side. But those looking for cheaper rent flock to Hell's Kitchen, where tenement buildings and brownstones line the streets near 9th and 10th Avenues. Midtown East skyline is dominated by the Empire State Building and arguably the most beautiful skyscraper in the city, the Chrysler Building. But don't let those two buildings take your attention away from all the rest Midtown East has to offer. The iconic New York Public Library Main Branch building has made its home on 5th Avenue and 42nd Street since its opening in 1911. Down the street from the library is Grand Central Station, the largest train station in the world by number of platforms. The architecture of this early 20th century station is simply stunning, with Corinthian columns, sculptures, and an impressive main concourse with its ceiling painted by the French artist Paul Élu. Other famous landmarks such as St. Patrick's Cathedral and United Nations Building, the St. Regis, Waldorf Astoria Hotel, and the Museum of Modern Art, which includes Van Gogh's Starry Night and numerous Salvador Dali paintings. Shopping is popular in Midtown East, with residents and tourists strolling in high-end stores along the world-famous 5th Avenue, Gucci, Armani, and FAO Schwarz, to name a few. Not only does Midtown West supply prospective residents with brand-new high-rise luxury buildings, but also it is home to historic Tudor City, the first residential skyscraper complex in the world, built in 1932. Tudor City's buildings are home to over 5,000 residents. Many United Nations employees, businessmen and women, and medical professionals make their home in Tudor City and Midtown East. With some of the most famous streets and buildings in the world, Midtown Manhattan continues to attract residents and tourists alike. So check out our listings at www.ardorny.com to find out how our passion brings you home.